1 to 2 bullets, 2 to 5 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds, 3 to 5 feet, low light, multiple attackers. That's your typical gunfight in the U.S. Okay, I can't speak for other countries, but typically in your big suburban areas, or I'm sorry, your big urban areas is what you're going to find into. And here's an example of gunfighting. This is a gangbangers. This guy's smart. He ran. So guy comes out. You got multiple attackers. They're going after this guy. Done jams. Fight. You get blood. Blood smears on the ground. 2-on-1. Trying to get the guns to work. Trying to get the guns to work. Boom. Get it to work. Still on top of him. Tackling him. Dragging him. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, just a matter of seconds, done. Cops aren't going to be there. Okay, cops are not going to be there in time for that. All right. So, given that, we have to understand that when the oh shit happens, right? Okay, when we get that body alarm response, we freeze up, we pull in, and we got to make this work for us, right? Okay. Now, if you guys have shot guns before, probably at some point in your training, you closed an eye and aimed, right? Okay, all right. Now, it is impossible for you to close your eye, both eyes, if you have a body alarm response, because you're scared shitless. So your eyes are going to go open, right? So your eyes are open, right? So closing the eye isn't going to work. The other thing we can't worry about is dominant hand. Okay, like what's our dominant eye and our dominant hand, and how do we? You're dead. By the time all that happens, it's done, it's over with, right? So we got to make it so that all this stuff goes out the window. So we don't want to have to worry about dominant eye. We don't have to worry about dominant side. We have our weapon side and our reaction side. Okay, if I'm right-handed, so my right hand or my right side, so I'm going to pull, so I'm going to draw the gun with. It's going to be the weapon side. This is my reaction side. So there's no such thing as a weak side anymore. Okay. Okay. Now, that I'm getting into it, we got to be also ambidextrous, and we got to make it work with the body alarm response in the eye. Okay. I'm just going to go through some of this stuff here. All right. So, vasoconstriction. Everybody heard of that? What happens? Okay. When your sympathetic nervous system kicks in, okay, all of a sudden now your blood flow, okay, stops from your arms and your legs, which is why you can get cut in a fight and not bleed, right? Until afterwards it starts to gush. Right? Because the capillaries are cut off, right? Because it's pulling your brain is pulling all of its resources, okay, to fight, right? So it's going to pull in the blood from the skin. It's going to be very white, okay. You're going to have tunnel vision. You've heard of tunnel vision, right? Okay. So one of the easy tactics, if someone is under body alarm response, is move. If you move out of their tunnel vision, like you move and shoot, people say get off the X, right? You're never gonna, in a gunfight, you're never gonna stand in one place and shoot, right? You're always gonna be moving, right? If he's got tunnel vision, that's gonna give you an advantage. Because if now I'm gonna get the action, reaction, now I'm gonna get control of that action instead of reacting to him, right? So I wanna move that tunnel vision, okay? Loss of fine motor skills, okay? Can't put in the ignition, right? You can't dial a phone, okay? People, it's funny because you should practice dialing 911 and make that part of your training, because when you're in body alarm response, people dial 411 because we usually dial 411 more than 911, right? And you have people say, well, I don't know what happened. I kept dialing information, right? You know, as I'm being shot at, or as I'm getting under attack here, right? So you should practice that, because that's part of the training, right? You want to make it muscle memory, okay? You have target fixation, all this other stuff that goes on in that, right?